the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Morning Hookup. Hey, look, pleasure, everyone. Back at you on a Thursday. Hope your Thursday morning's off to a great start. Well, I tell you what, if you can't get behind mornings like this morning or weather predictions for the next 10, I don't know what to tell you. This morning, a beautiful morning. Great way to kick off as we look ahead for the week. A lot of good stuff today on a Thursday. We're going to talk Husker softball. They're going to kick off the weekend tournament here about 12:30. I want to get into the number 24 today because it seems like we're headed to a couple of seasons of the number 24 college football playoff, headed to 24. There's this Players Era tournament for basketball in November. It's the number 24 now. So I want to look at those, the number 24. We'll talk about that. NBA, NHL. Also, we're going to have, I don't know what to call him. He's a friend for sure. Outgoing president, retiree. Charlie Meyer will join the show around 10:20.
How about legendary Salt Dogs front office member?
Yes. Let me write that down. Thank you. Salt Dogs front office member. Man, he grew up with this organization. 27 years with the Salt Dogs. So we'll have him on. We're going to talk about his time with the Salt Dogs, the growth of the Salt Dogs, what makes the Salt Dogs so special in his journey, as he was the president, GM, for a long time with the Lincoln Salt Dogs, who, by the way, he just officially retired April 30th from the position. Officially no longer with the Salt Dogs. I'm going to give him a little hard time as well because I was scouring real quick about my son asked me to get him a tee time this afternoon because my son golfs a lot. And he goes out, and I just scoured the tee sheet today, and I saw, 2:30, Charlie Myers on the tee sheet. I'm glad we're catching him in the morning time.
It's a good day for it.
It's a great day for it. It was a great day yesterday for it. I know it was a little chillier. I played yesterday. Oh, my goodness. Light winds. Stayed in this, kind of hovered around 60.
And let it be light winds, I think, are more fun than no winds to play golf.
Oh, I love a light breeze. You got, especially like in Nebraska.
As it warms up, though, like the light breeze, not only does it keep you cool,
just a tad,
but there's those shots where you go, man, that wind saved me there, or you have it at your back and you get the extra 15
let it eat.
Carry.
Yeah, let it eat. Yeah, so we'll talk golf with Charlie as well. Have him coming up as well, then stories and a bunch of other stuff that and for you guys, whatever you guys want to talk about. If you have something out there you want us to get into, you got questions, you could go to YouTube, jump on the chat there, the Morning Hookup, and let us know. Also, if you get a chance out there, boy, I had a lot of people text or call yesterday, and I was on the golf course. Man, hey, well done with Fred. Yeah, Fred was great.
Yeah, Fred was awesome.
He was really good and provided a lot of good content. They even got feedback as well from one Robin Washington. He's like, dude, that was awesome. And he said, I got a lot of stuff that I can use now from Coach Fred Hoiberg.
I'm trying to figure out. It doesn't look like. I've been trying to get the full interview posted up on KFOR's Facebook page.
Yeah.
And elsewhere.
Not allowing.
Well, it said it was going to, and now here we are. How many hours later? 18 hours later after I thought I posted it. And it's
still not there.
So
we'll get it there.
I'll work on that.
We'll get it
I'll
there.
work on that.
But man, yesterday I just thought, man, I love that we get a chance to have Coach Fred Hoiberg on the show with us, like our 5th time having him. Just a lot of really good insights that's not so hard-hitting, because I know he has done a million interviews. We're sitting in front of microphones and a plethora of people out front that are asking him all these difficult types, not difficult, but like trying to get behind the scenes, why, when, how, but getting some good insights on what makes this Nebraska's unique, right, with basketball, where they've had some success, a lot of non-success, and then coming off the most successful season ever. How do you keep that going? Your staff, how do you keep it all intact? But it was very insightful yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but I think you're right. I think it is 5 times now Coach Hoiberg has joined the Morning Hookup.
Yeah.
You could argue that joining the Morning Hookup is what allowed the Husker basketball program to begin its turnaround. Because you go back in the years,
I mean,
you're looking at when he started coming on.
he was on with us back in the day when he came on. I think one of his first ones was around the time that 22 season when we had Bandy Mel, Gary, and those guys. Now, also shout out Henry T. Buchanan. Our Avenue 2 coach for Ed Hoiberg is Henry T. And T's been with us for over 5 years. And we've been doing that and having him on and talking a lot of hoops for a long time. I just love what I got. The comment I got yesterday a lot was, man, he seemed really relaxed hanging out with you guys.
Wouldn't you be?
Yeah, we're just chilling.
I'm think about it. He just made it through. I mean, it is go time.
Yeah.
For everyone on that team, coaches and players alike through the season. And then for the coaching staff, the recruiting staff, it is go through the portal window.
And then you get to settle down.
And then you get to May.
Or at least try to settle down.
That's why I asked him, like, what's a vacation spot? Where are we going this summer?
Yeah. And I like that he said where he was at, Minnesota, and this. Also to hear that it's a family deal, and that he tries to put his phone away. I think that's a lot of us, like just on a very small level, we try to put our phones away at some time. Just give me a break.
That's why I love camping trips. I'm going to figure out if I can take one this year with every single bachelor party, trip, and wedding that I have to attend. I'm not sure I'll be able to make it work. I'd love to make one camping trip happen just because something that is awesome. And I even try to do this, honestly, like in the evenings, in the mornings, whatever. It's like, hey, like I understand the 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., 8 p.m. hours need to be, I need to be available for everybody. But I like to be able to be a little disconnected at other times. And I like to be able to take a camping trip because it's just take the phone off, leave it in the car.
Yep. I think you and I are very transparent on this thing. And that's something in life that I think we don't do enough of is it is okay. PSA, here I go, because I tell my kids and my wife this all the time. It is okay to be selfish at times for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we get in the mode where we're not. We give so much, and that's the human nature is to give. But it's okay to be selfish at times and say, I just need to be left alone. I don't need the phone. I need to just take a nap. Right? I'm very selfish with my Wednesdays. My family knows that. That's my day that I say, hey, I'm going to go and play golf with my buddies. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. I'm just away. Everybody knows I'm just away because I just need, and it's not by myself, but it's with others, but I'm just away. And I've always said golf for me is my sanctuary of life. Love being home, love it all. But like just, again, PSA, do some of that selfish stuff for yourself because we all need ourselves to be right before we can really give and help others out there.
And that's, hey, if you're the head basketball coach at the University of Nebraska, maybe it's getting up to a cabin in the woods in Minnesota and shutting the phone off and just saying, I'll be back next week. But for now,
hey, it can wait.
If there's any hype or let's figurative fires while I'm away, get out the fire extinguisher, figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a week.
I've said that multiple times about, and again, a lot of people know what else I do. I'm like, if it's not burning, don't call. And if you have to call, you know the 3 digits to call.
Yeah.
If it's burning, I shouldn't be the first one anyway. So, boy, a lot of fun. So how about this? How about we're going to get to a lot of stuff. NBA, NHL, Nebraska softball. Kicking it off today, 12:30. We know the opponent. Now it's Michigan as we look ahead for this team. I didn't realize, I guess, not paying attention as much. It's on Big Ten Network today, by the way, if you're out and about and if you get to stream it at work or whatever, they'll go to the College Park, Maryland is where this is at. Is that just the normal host site or do they move host sites around? Because, you know, like the Big Ten tournament for baseball goes to Omaha, centrally located place. Is that the way softball does this? They navigate different Big Ten schools?
They go around. Yeah. So I know, let's see, 2024 was Iowa City. 2025 was West Lafayette, Indiana. And now it's College Park, Maryland.
Okay. I did not know that. A unique way to look at it as you're going through it. But again, they're going to kick it off. This is the postseason, folks. Postseason, and this is where this team has been all about making their hay. Bigger aspirations than just winning a Big Ten tournament. Bigger aspirations than the regionals, than the Super Regionals. This is a team looking ahead, trying to make it to the College World Series. College World Series or bust for this Nebraska softball team. Would you look at it right now? 23-1 in conference, 43-6 overall. Again, 12:30 today. They'll get Michigan today. They'll look ahead to today and then tomorrow and then the championship game, which will be on May 9th coming up.
I'll be curious to see. One of the questions that I have moving into postseason is, how do you split up innings between Jensen and Fromm?
These are a great question, because is this the season where I think we talked about this, throw it way back to the beginning, because the emergence of Jensen has really
it's changed
the dynamic of Fromm's innings. Right. I believe in softball. Obviously, it's a sport where you got to hit, score runs, play defense. But I think the better teams, the upper echelon teams, have two or 2.5 or 3 inside the circle.
Yeah. And I think Nebraska's at about that 2.5 number right now. But who'd have expected coming into this year, if you were forecasting, that Jordy Fromm would lead the conference in saves?
Yeah. They've had
Not
that
wins.
Saves. They've had that ability because of Jensen's development.
Mm-hmm.
Because you look at the number of innings that were taken off Fromm's legs and arm, right? Now you have the ability to go out and say, all right, you're gonna throw you're gonna go and get a save. You're like, what? I'm gonna save what? And then you're gonna start. Now, we all know the season's different. You jump into postseason, pressure turns up, different stuff happens. And I agree. What's that question? What does that look like? Is Fromm now going to be the workhorse going there?
It's not like, Jensen led the conference in strikeouts per 7 innings.
Mm-hmm.
But you turn around and Fromm's got the lead in ERA and she's got the lead in saves. Like, you have 2 great arms.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, how are you going to utilize both those arms? Is it going to be, every single game, we're giving Jordy 4 innings, we're giving Jensen 3? Is this this game right here, this is Jensen's to take to the 6th inning, and we'll turn it over to Jordy? They have options. I'll be curious. Do they continue on with the regular season plan? Do they say, okay, now it's postseason time, we're ramping up Jordy. Hey, we're still going to use Alexis in the circle, but it's going to be a little different usage because it's the most important part of the year.
Yep.
I'm curious to see that. By the way, we do have Dave hang out.
Dave, good morning, Dave. Happy Thursday.
Hey, I had to call. While you guys were talking about no phones and camping trips, I was thinking about the movie What About Bob?
Keep sailing, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, remember that time? Remember the scene when he said he didn't want to be called, and he walked into that place and said, "I really need to get a hold of him." You know,
yep.
That guy that was doctor, he died.
Yes,
that's a classic movie, man. I died laughing when I saw that, man. I just wanted to call, man. It just, I'm on vacation, Bob. So, but anyway, you guys have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. You too.
Okay.
That just made my day.
Do
you ever seen that movie?
Do I need to add it to my list?
Yes,
I'm
please
sorry.
do.
That was all going to
Richard Dreyfuss
and
oh gosh, Bill Murray. I mean, it's incredible. That I can picture that scene now. Oh, thanks, Dave, for that. I needed that. That was awesome. Going back.
So are we being compared to Bill Murray? Is that what it is?
We are.
I'll take that.
We are. That's really good. Oh, I'm crying. But honestly, you look at the national landscape of softball as well. And again, as we follow it, Nebraska's sights dead set on not just this tournament in the region, but a clear vision to be in the College World Series, right? Yeah. Softball College World Series is their vision. This is a pretty, the Big Ten has 4. I looked at this. They have 4 40-win softball teams in this conference. You've got Indiana at 41-13. They finished 4th in the conference at 17-7. Oregon 40-11. Nebraska 43-6. UCLA 45-7. This top end is really good on this side. Now, obviously, Nebraska goes out and wins the conference in 23-1, but it is a very heavy top end, some players in this conference. And you can kind of see maybe you got one of those matchups if you look ahead in the second round, or that'd be the third round of this tournament, because obviously the bye. If Nebraska, which we presumably will see them skip ahead of Michigan today, could be a matchup with the 4-seeded Indiana Hoosiers round after that. And then maybe you're on that collision course in the final where you've got UCLA or Oregon. You might run through. I think you're going to have to.
There might be another Women's College World Series team that you run through at the end of this tournament, which is
awesome for them to prepare for it, to be ready.
It's probably a slightly different conversation, but think about how these West Coast teams have begun to elevate the stature of the Big Ten.
Baseball, softball.
Hey, look at on the baseball side of things, you have unquestionably the best college baseball team in the country in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
On the softball side of things, you have who could very well be the best softball team in America in Nebraska in the conference. If they're not number one, they're top 3.
They've evolved. You could look at like those two sports.
Well, but it's, and one of the reasons why Nebraska softball has some respect here is because, hey, they went through a team like UCLA in the conference schedule. UCLA, I think, is probably the other team who's got the best shot of making a Women's College World Series, and you took care of them, pretty handily at Bowling just a couple weeks ago. They're your only loss of the conference slate in UCLA, but hey, that adds a little respect. Not to mention what Nebraska did through their non-conference, but there's a little more respect. Like, Nebraska goes undefeated in the Big Ten 2-3 seasons ago. Everyone goes, okay, well, it's Big Ten softball. Yeah, but there's some top-end teams that make their way through softball. There's some top-end teams in the baseball side of things. You have probably 2 teams out of the Big Ten in baseball that are going to host a regional. Now, does the conference start carrying on the heels of this? I think probably not. But
probably not.
We'll see.
There should be some respect put on a lot of these teams.
It's great that Nebraska is no longer one of the only teams that cares about baseball and softball in the Big Ten.
Yep. 12:30 today. The journey starts. As we'll hope you get a chance to watch those ladies play, as again their sights dead set on the College World Series, and it's been a lot of fun tracking and watching as they start their pursuit today at 12:30.
I hope this isn't jinxing. They just feel inevitable through the course of the season. They play such consistent softball. They don't have down performances very often, and when they do, they still find a way to win.
Yes. And I think you go through that and you look at, softball, you're going to be able to go back and go, all right, when did it change for Nebraska softball? Ravel has been successful from the beginning of time when she got here. But as we talk about Husker basketball, like, when did it change? The 22-23 season. You're going to go back and go, man, they got Jordy Fromm to come to Nebraska, come home. And the impact of that and the recruiting now, the beautiful facilities, but you're going to go back and go, man, that moment in time is when it really changed for Nebraska and the Big Ten. Because I think the elevation of the Big Ten is getting more players nationally respect like Jordy Fromm into your conference. Here we go. 12:30 today, Big Ten Network. Let's take our first break. When we come back, the number 24. Seems like a lot of people are talking number 24 right now. Inevitably, we're headed that way. Let's talk about the 24-team playoff in college football and this Players Era tournament they just announced. They're headed to 24 teams, 2 separate brackets. It's so interesting, but it's all about the money. Let's talk about that when we return. Yeah. Here we go. Boy, Dave made my day, man. That was funny. Funny movie. See, it's another thing that we don't even know our impact. Some simple conversation right there about needing to get away, and it's okay to be able to get away. Trigger Dave to think about. What about Bob?
Speaking of Wednesday golf. Did you play yesterday?
I did.
Yeah, we talked about this. Yeah. Did you see that we also had the local qualifiers for the U.S. Open yesterday?
Yeah, there's a yes, I did.
There's a couple interesting names in there.
Well, let's bring those up when we come back. Like it's actually pretty cool. I know a few individuals that are like missed out on that list.
There's a couple guys that are into like the
first alternate, second alternate.
Yeah, because there was 10 people tied that were one stroke away from being the fourth row. But we have a high school senior with some good bloodlines. It feels like a weird way to say that, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Here it is right there. I was going to bring that back. That's it. It's some interesting scores. But you look at the ones that qualified.
The ones that qualified.
We know them, or we know of them, or the name, or you probably might even know them.
I know one of them.
I think there's like a process of this, right? This is the local qualifying part.
And then they go to the final qualifier.
Yep, which is it's stacked upon stacked.
Yeah. It's the best golfing talent across the country.
Oh, it's just sick.
Yeah.
The gentleman at the tie at the top was a good buddy of our golf group guys. It's his son.
Mm-hmm.
He is the head man at the, how do I describe the golf course? The Highlands. What's the best descriptive word for the Highlands? Hold on to your hat. If it says it's blowing 10 in Lincoln, it's blowing 30. Yeah.
Windy as hell, I think people would say. All right, we are coming back.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Happy Thursday. You know, yes, I played golf yesterday. Beautiful day. A lot of people out. But there was golf gig, right? Locally, it's a lot of really good sticks around this area in the state, along with great golf courses we're blessed to have. But yesterday was a local qualifier, U.S. Open. I'd call it stage one. And there's some, you look at the names of names at the top of this thing with some father sons. Nate Vance. And how do you say Gutskowski? I don't have it.
I think it's Guchewski.
There you go.
Guchewski?
Yep. Luke, both they went 5 under yesterday. They've qualified. Those two have qualified. Dad, 2 under, qualified. Nate Vance, I met the kid before. He's played at our club before.
Yeah, he was my graduating class, but he went to Lincoln Southwest.
His dad, super proud guy. I know right now he is the head man out at the Highlands. So congrats.
And I was actually I was up with some buddies at one of the golfing simulators in Omaha one time, and he was there playing. I mean, he's friend of a friend is the best way to put it with Nate. And it was wild to watch. I mean, and he's a guy that's had a couple starts in the Corn Ferry Tour, made a couple cuts. So he's a guy that kind of is dabbled in professional. Great golfer for Creighton. But to see him and to be like, I mean, the science that he had with, I know my 3-wood goes 235 yards, but I also know I'm playing on a simulator, and that usually takes my yardage down about 7. I have 225 to clear this water hazard. If I hit this, I think I should be able to clear it by a yard or two. And he hits it, and it clears the water hazard by a yard or two. And I go, oh.
The precision.
Yeah.
The sound of those individuals that play golf at that level is different.
Mm-hmm. Like, and I know, hey, my 9-iron goes roughly, 145.
Sometimes.
It's known to go 10 yards short, 10 yards long, depending on my contact.
Yeah, whatever.
But for him to know, oh yeah, this thing's going to go almost exactly 227 yards, and it does, you go, oh.
Also a name that people will resonate with, especially the last name. Amateur out of Lincoln, Nebraska. How about Zach Erstad? qualified to move on.
Qualified. He's still in high school.
Still in high school, and he's qualified.
He's committed to
stage 2 or whatever the stages are now.
I know he's committed to go play golf at North Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a golf career ahead of him. Did he? I don't. I'm trying to think here. I know. I think he won the 16 and over youth golf in Nebraska here this past year. I can't remember the state title's still coming up.
Yep.
I think for high school golf.
Yep.
But he is a stinking good golfer. I know the Littler Erstad as well also recently made the flip from baseball to golf as a spring sport, and he's also really stinking good.
Yep. Athletes upon athletes. So those 4 will qualify. Congrats to you guys as you move on. There's some other interesting names. Now you got like a plethora, like, I don't know, 7 to 10 guys that all were +1. Notable name, alternate number 1, Danny Woodhead.
Yeah, and Danny Woodhead was sitting in that top 4 for most of the
day. He was,
day.
Man.
I think he doubled 14, I think, but then birdied number 18 to get into an alternate spot.
Boy, he gave that fist bump. There's just a lot of cool names. A buddy of mine, Gavin Gertz, finished just outside there, +2. Son of Andy Gertz, former Nebraska baseball player.
And I believe those two.
He's at Creighton. I think, Gavin's at Creighton currently.
If I remember correctly, Gavin and Zach Erstad had a really good battle in the state tournament from last year for state golf, if I remember correctly.
It's a tough gig, man, but congrats to everybody out there that took on the challenge to do it, but the top 4 that qualified, congrats to you.
My favorite score on there, though, was this guy from Scotland. He finished 25 over on the day. Everyone's got a hometown on here, and it's like Dwight, Nebraska, Lincoln, Nebraska, Papillion, Nebraska. And then they have this guy named Robert that's just Scotland.
How'd you get here, bro?
Yeah, he shot a 50 on the front 9.
Look, not cast in stone.
No, I wouldn't be that good either. I was like, I'm sure I'd shoot 120 at that course.
Where'd they play? I forgot where they played at.
OCC.
Oh boy, you got a couple guys down there. I wonder if they got too crazy because there's a couple down that said DNF. I'm out. We're not posting that one. They came from all over the place to try to get this thing done. Wow, that's awesome. Hey, talk about the number 24. Since, just kind of go, where did my, come on. Sorry, my computer just went wonky. Speaking of, like, we talked hoops yesterday with Coach Fred Hoiberg on the show. They're cracking the code. Teams are cracking the code. And Coach talked about yesterday about, like, the budgets and the money. They're cracking the code. Unfortunately, one of those teams is Puke. What I mean by cracking the code, they had this Amazon deal. How do you get ahead in life? How do you get ahead in the arms race of college basketball? That's cracking the code. That's putting more funds in pockets than others. Because a lot of these conferences right now are playing with the same types of dollars. If you think about it, Big Ten rev share, SEC rev share, ACC, whatever the rev share is, and the earmarked money, right? And again, they all got boosters at whatever level of booster, right? We know that. Like, everybody, you're not presented the same opportunities, but as far as the boxes, rev share, NIL, you have the opportunity there. But they're cracking the code otherwise. Now with the Amazon deals, how those go. This Players Era tournament, boy, I tell you what, you want to get your hand in the air and want to be invited. When you look at it, they're going to 24 teams this coming year. They're trying to get to 32, but right now they're going to go to 24. It's an interesting concept. Here's the other interesting thing about this. They're going to 24 teams. The teams are out there, by the way, the ones that have been invited. Also in this, TNT held the rights for a few years. Guess who owns the rights now?
Tell me.
ESPN.
The quote-unquote worldwide leader in sports.
They just announced that they've joined to a multi-year media rights agreement on Wednesday to that. Now, so interesting when you look at the format, how this is going to go. Let's see here. So they're deeming it a little different, where there's 2 8-team brackets that will combine and be staged the week before Thanksgiving, featuring teams that will come together for an equivalent championship. It's a tournament within a tournament for money. If I'm not mistaken, last year, everyone invited got $1 million. Walk in the door, whatever. Here's $1 million to your whatever fund out there.
Well, I wonder how is that sustainable, though?
I don't know.
How long does the money...
But they're making this so watchable. They're just making it watch. Like it's a tournament. To me, it's a lot like what the preseason NIT used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And the teams are putting in there. I believe this is the list of. So here's the 16 teams. This is what they're doing. Now, will everybody get a chance? Like, I feel like this is one where it's like when Robin was talking the other day about getting invited somewhere and wanting to play. This is the one I feel like Nebraska could fit into at some point.
Mm.
Alabama, Baylor, Creighton, Gonzaga, Iowa State, Kansas State, Louisville, Maryland, Miami, Michigan, Oregon, San Diego State, St. John's, TCU, Tennessee, Texas Tech. 16 teams. They'll all be invited to this.
I'm just wondering how long the money in the piggy bank
I don't know.
That's my question. Because if you remember last year, they did have good viewership on television, but the arenas were like 3/4 empty.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my question. Does this become a marquee type event where folks actually want to go out and attend the games? Or, hey, maybe you get enough money off the TV revenue that you can promise every single team $1 million. I don't know. $30 million for, or whatever it ends up being for an early season basketball tournament feels like a lot of money.
Yeah, this is interesting. It did say they all got $1 million last year. For 2026, Players Air will pay some schools more than others to participate. For example, Kansas is being paid the most. The average payout for all 24 schools will be slightly more, north of $1 million. This right now, the other thing I would probably kind of pay attention to what's happening here. It's a lot like when we talk about here in a minute the college football playoff in the conversation around bowl season. It's hurting nostalgic preseason tournaments like the Maui, the Battle for Atlantis. Wonder what their future looks like of those tournaments. Because now I'm being invited to this. There's 24 schools being invited to this. What schools are left to go play out in Maui or down in Atlantis? Do they have to step up now when they're inviting schools to pay to play in these tournaments? Well, how do I keep up? Because there's a lot of schools now that might be turning down those trips to Maui, to the Atlantis, to whatever.
While we're talking 24 teams here, should we talk to the other big time tournament of sorts?
Yeah,
that's likely going to be expanding to 24.
This one,
it's going to be expanding to 24.
It's going to happen,
and I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. We're talking college football playoff here.
This feels to me like the expansion of March Madness.
Well, to me, this feels like a whole bunch of coaches and administrators out there who are saying, "I don't care about the sport as a whole. We want what's good for our athletic department. And what's good for our athletic department is if more teams can make it into a college football playoff." And how this would go, there would be like a play-in round of sorts. It'd be weird because if you do the math on how 24 teams work, you can't go 24 to 12 to 6 and get to a national champion. You got to get down to 16, which means you would have 8 play-in games to start. So it would be your 1 through 8 would likely be getting a bye through the first round. 9 would play 24, 10 would play 23, so on and so forth. Which do we need? That's my question.
Yeah.
As you've watched the college football playoff here since expansion, have you felt like teams that are sitting in that 10, 11, 12 spot have a chance?
Nope.
Do you think a team that comes in at 24th in the country is going to stand a chance?
Nope.
Not to mention the fact you're now going to have your late season college football games that matter be 8-4 or 8-3 Iowa against 7-4 Nebraska, maybe with a chance to play your way into the college football playoff.
Yep. Well, I think the other negative impact that could possibly, as they're leading down this whole thing, they consider and say 24 all day long, but what's the impact on championship games, conference championship games?
They're going to do away with them.
Going to do away with them. I'm reading also stuff about the calendar. I'm reading stuff about the Army-Navy situation. There's a huge impact and implications on where this goes. And to me, again, it feels like the expansion of college basketball.
It's about the almighty dollar.
I mean, you've heard the talk. We've heard the talk about Nebraska football last year when Coach Rule said it's 6-2. What are we, 6-2? He thought we were right in the hunt. Did Nebraska ever look like a national title contender last year?
No.
That's the type of team. And I'm not dogging Nebraska. This could be pick a team.
Well, this is about the expansion. The fact that there's teams that clearly are not championship contenders that are trying to play their way in to a college football playoff whenever everyone in America knows that team's got no chance.
Yes.
And look at the NFL playoffs. There's usually like one team that sneaks in as a wild card and you go, they stand no chance. But for the most part, in the NFL playoffs, you go, in a 60-minute game of football, anything could happen.
Yeah, but
there's a couple favorites, but you're never surprised with anyone who makes it out of really either conference because it's a grind to make the playoffs. And once the playoffs start, it's kind of a whole new animal. It's not like that in college football. But what this is,
some parts are not.
You're expanding out for money, and you're expanding out because TV networks are begging for anything but bowl games to be able to put on their programming schedule because bowl games don't matter anymore. It's plain and simple.
Nope.
There's usually the 2 or 3 bowl games that matter. I liked watching Vandy and Iowa last year, which, if you were wondering, that would now be probably a college football playoff matchup as opposed to a bowl matchup. So they're looking at that and they're saying, how do we get people to watch college football playoff in the postseason whenever bowl games are becoming less and less important? We expand out the college football playoff. It reeks of greed, and I'm not sure they're thinking about the impact it's going to have on the regular season. The regular season has already been watered down by a 12-team playoff.
Yep.
Like Ohio State and Michigan at the end of the year feels like it matters a little bit less. Like whenever you look at Ohio State last year and you go, even if they lose that game, they're still in. What about a game where it's Ohio State and Michigan and both of them, no matter what happens, are both into the college football playoff?
Which is all likelihood to happen.
Yes.
The benefit of this
that game loses its appeal.
And this one really benefits the power teams. When you look at this, it really benefits those guys. It gets you deep into the Big Ten, it gets you deep in the SEC, a little deeper into the Big 12, and it gives the ACC a chance. The way I can picture this happening. And then here's the other part that you get. Hugely backed by coaches, by the way, as you.
Of course it is.
As the executive. By the way.
Of course the coaches are backing this.
You know,
because they know if they make it in as the 24th team into a college football playoff, they're getting tons of money and they're getting some job security.
Well, that's the part. I'm glad you said that because that's what I was going with it. The coaches love this because, look, it doesn't matter if I was 8-4. Guess what I did? I made the playoff. You're going to fire a playoff coach with no chance to win it?
Well, and you've lowered the bar for what a successful season now is. Yep. Because we know over the past couple of years, the bar has now become, in terms of, was your season a success or not? Did you make the college football playoff? If you barely missed it, you can sell it to your fan base. Hey,
we're right there.
We were close. It was still a good season, but the bar has become college football playoff. And if you lower it out to 24, the bar, you are dropping it significantly to say what is a successful season.
Yep. Absolutely. You can go 8-4, but look, the last 2 years I went 8-4. I went whatever, and I made the playoff. We're right there. I did not realize who the executive director of the American Football Coaches Association was.
I know there are some big names in there.
Craig Bowl.
Yeah. And then you have members like, I know Bielema's in there, Pat Fitzgerald's in there. I think Clark Lee from Vandy's in there.
The list they put out, yes, Texas Tech, Joey McGuire's
in there.
Jason X, San Diego State, Montana State's Brent Ving, Pat Fitzgerald, Old Dominion coach. Returning members include, Clark Lee and Brett Bielema.
Yeah.
So you're correct on that. Interesting times. I just want to bring up the number 24 because college basketball teams are cracking the code. These tournaments are cracking the code. They're going to lure 24 teams out to Vegas. The Crown did it, right? The almighty dollar. I wonder how you get in line to get into that tournament now.
As a team or as a fan?
As a team.
So as a fan, you just
it's easy.
Show up to the ticket box. There were plenty of tickets available
that's
last
easy.
year.
That's easy. But I'm thinking about, like, how does a team, like, that Players Era is making you want to be part of that. Like, you got to get in line somehow. I want to know I'd like to know the conversations around Creighton going K-State. Look what they just did last year. But they're there. K-State's going to get another $1 million. Did nothing. You fired your coach. They were terrible. If you're Nebraska, or like you having to get on the line. Hey, we were in Vegas. We brought a lot of fans. All this stuff. We won the crown, baby. It's interesting times. So, all right, let's take another break and come back, and we'll do This Day in Sports. So interesting.
And
I just hate the fact that, like you said, it's just watered down. It's like, it's not cool. It's cool to be there, but what does it mean? You're the 24th seeded team in the college football playoff. Congrats.
Enjoy getting blown out by the 9 seed.
Yes, at their home place.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like you said, they're going to make some cash.
Yep. Also coming in here from Justin on U.S. Open qualifying. I respect the guys who post big numbers way more than DNFs. I 100% agree. I'm not sure if I phrased my point well. It was funny to see like a one of us at the U.S. Open be like, oh, yeah, I know what around like that feels like.
And I'm probably making fun of the DNF, but I'm sure they had an injury or just something happened. But yeah, I do respect. Like, if you're gonna shoot 100, baby.
Yep. Go
down smiling, and he might even, I didn't know the guy, or he might have been having a beverage at the turn. I'm out, but we're gonna. Hey,
I get to play OCC now.
Yes. Anybody seen the Bev cart?
He did post a much better number on the back nine.
Anybody seen the Bev cart? Yeah, because he got loose. He was stressed out, and he had a couple drinks, and then boom. And I don't know if I'm just having a little fun.
Yeah.
My rounds start with those. They start and end that way.
I'm saving my money on the course, and it doesn't help my enjoyment or my golf game, so I don't quite see the point of it.
Ooh,
that's my hot takes. I don't drink on the course.
Ooh, see this? Robin Washington just reposted this. I didn't see it. Rivals just put out. Says Ohio State is making a push for Nebraska 4-star commit Trey Taylor.
Oh.
Oh.
Huh. Oh.
And does that make you feel like when Coach Hoiberg said yesterday, when certain people go to the table, come into the room, might be at a disadvantage?
Yep.
Might feel like that just now. That might hurt. Yeah, I know, right? I don't like it either. Can we have anything nice?
Oop.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. A few moments left. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Thursday. If you're in the stream, we just got a blurb came out from Rivals. Robin Washington retweeted with a "What the heck?" Rivals is reporting that Ohio State is making a major push for Nebraska commit 4-star quarterback Trey Taylor.
And Tim Verghese, I think he's always pretty on the money with recruiting. He knows a lot of guys out there in the recruiting scene, whether it's players, whether it's agents, family members, coaches. He's very in the know. He says, I'm told very little college concern at this point, but you can't exactly shrug your shoulders when Ohio State has presence in your
No. I go back to what I said in the stream, and when Coach Woodward said it yesterday, it's like, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, but when there's certain teams that get involved, you're at a disadvantage. Not that we're not predicting. It's just when one of the dogs, big dogs, walk into the room, you're like, oh boy, they're here. And they're lurking.
Let me check something here real quick. The Millard South football schedule for next year. I know Motzi sent this out. Is that still sitting in there?
No, they actually moved it the day we need it.
Yeah.
As you're looking that up, I'll give you one just because of the this day in sports. In 1994, in this day, the Denver Nuggets become the NBA's first number 8 seed to beat a 1 seed.
Oh, yeah, the Supersonics.
Yes. There you go. Good one for you today.
Matumbo.
Good one for you.
I believe that was the game where because it was a 5-game series. And I just saw this video. John Elway was like the honorary fan on the court that kind of fired up the crowd. And his catchphrase at the end of that was, "Let's get ready to Mutombo."
That's a good one.
2020.
Look at that schedule. Like, they don't go anywhere close, do they? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, no, I'm checking here with Millard South.
Is his name on the roster still? I'm kidding. Don't.
Because you do have Ohio State coming to Lincoln in November, but that'd be well after the high school football season ends. But what would playoff be?
Come on, man.
When is the state championship game?
Isn't it around the time when? Well, you can look at the Nebraska schedule and find that out, couldn't you? Because that'll be gone.
Is it November 14th?
Probably.
Is that state? Because if it's the same weekend as the Ohio State weekend, that would be interesting, now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You have Matt Rule and Ryan Day both hanging out on a Friday night in Lincoln.
Oh boy.
Ahead of their game.
Oh boy.
To watch Troy Taylor. That would be.
Yikes. Well, just again, like I said, I the comment that Tim said is about perfect, by the way. Saying no cause for concern at this moment, but you can't shrug your shoulders at Ohio State when they walk in the room.
And there's 2 reasons for that. One, they're successful. They develop NFL talent everywhere, but especially
at
quarterback and at wide receiver. And secondly, money.
They got the dollars. Now, it's not the end all be all, but
I think it becomes immediate cause for concern if the 2026 season and Anthony Calandria, that experiment doesn't go well.
That doesn't go well. What is the talk of 5-5? I mean, these are seasons, and you get comments like that are very impactful seasons upcoming for Nebraska. Right? Oh boy.
It's just I don't think it's something to worry about now, but it's something to potentially worry about.
It's a monitored situation now. And again, we'll have to wait until next Tuesday, and it'll be a high topic with Brian Munson as we talk about it.
Okay. This day in sports history, 1877, going way back here, the Cincinnati Enquirer first uses the term bullpen, though it was not the area where pitchers warmed up. It was the baseball foul territory where late-coming spectators were herded like cattle. They called that the bullpen, and through the years, it eventually transitioned into the area where pitchers go and warm up. But 1877, the Cincinnati Enquirer first coins the term bullpen on a baseball bat.
This is a wild one. In this day in 1925, the Phillies have their 8th game postponed in a row. 8 straight games postponed. What's happening?
Going on?
I don't even know. I got. That's one you go, huh? How do you 8 games in a row? Oh,
I like this one. Sorry. In 1960, Dodgers Larry and Norm Sherry are baseball's 10th brother battery. Playing pitcher and catcher. Larry starts the game. Norm, his 11th home run of the season, wins the game for his brother Larry.
Wow. Some birthdays out there. Obviously, some have passed on as we give you these. Maybe at one point, thought as maybe one of the greatest quarterbacks ever to play the game. Johnny Unitas. Born in 1933.
Not Manziel.
Johnny Unitas. All right. Boy. Sean Marion. Cameron Young.
Oh, really?
Happy birthday, Cam Young. All right, coming up, We'll do NBA, NHL, and we'll have longtime head dog, Charlie Meyer. Sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
In Nebraska, we show up when friends need help. We check in on our neighbors. That's why it's important to know the warning signs of suicide. If you have a friend or neighbor who's withdrawn, stressed, agitated, or talks about suicide, find out how you can help. Call, text, or chat 988 for 24/7 support. You have the power to save a life. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Summer Fun Punch ticket from KFOR is back and is better than ever. In partnership with participating Lincoln School PTAs and PTOs, KFOR is excited to offer this year's ticket, which is packed with coupons and free activities for just $5. Whether it's a visit to the Lincoln Children's Zoo, a creative day at Paint Yourself Silly, a fun night with the Lincoln Salt Dogs, or a blast at Sun Valley Lanes and Games, or the Lincoln Children's Museum, the fun never ends. Plus, participating schools keep the $5 from every ticket sold. So help your school raise funds and keep kids active and engaged this summer. Get your Summer Fun Punch tickets now at participating schools for just $5. The deadline for schools to participate is May 21st, so don't wait. This fun summer opportunity is brought to you by Amigos, Hobbytown, Juice Stop, Lincoln City Libraries, Lost in Fun, Swanson Martial Arts, and Soulful Cocina. Support your school and get a ticket today and make this summer unforgettable.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Some people reach a line and stop. Some hit a wall and turn around. Then there are the ones who cross the line, climb the wall, face obstacles, and turn them to their advantage. That's where we come in. We're the next rodeo. We design bold marketing that drives real growth. A creative partner for businesses ready to push forward beyond what's expected. The Next Rodeo. Learn more at thenextrodeo.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen.
Officials in Iran say they're reviewing U.S. proposal and off-ramp to the war. Sources say the Trump administration has sent a one-page memo of understanding. ABC's Tom Sufi Burridge is in Tel Aviv.
An interim agreement which would mean Iran reopening gradually the Strait of Hormuz, allowing all of those hundreds of trapped commercial vessels in the waters west of there to get out and to export and potentially start alleviating some of the pain on the world's economy. And the U.S. military, in return for that, gradually beginning to ease the U.S. military blockade on Iranian ports.
Hopes for a deal sending oil prices lower, but gas prices remain at the highest levels in 4 years. The nationwide average topping $4.50 a gallon. Gas Buddies Patrick DeHaan says,
if prices continue to rise and the strait remains closed, then I would start to believe that it will impact more American summer travel plans, especially if the national average reaches a new all-time record, which is just 60 cents a gallon away from.
Lawmakers in Tennessee reviewing a measure to redraw the state's congressional districts, including carving up a majority black district. It follows other states' redistricting efforts and the recent Indiana primaries, where GOP candidates backed by President Trump beat GOP incumbents against redistricting. ABC News political director Avery Harper with more.
After what we saw in Indiana, there is new pressure on some of these southern states to find a way to redistrict. I think a lot of what happened in Indiana is landing as a warning to Republicans in places across the country. If you defy President Trump, if you do not go along with what he wants, this could cost you politically.
At least 17 people are hurt after strong storms hit parts of Mississippi, hundreds of buildings damaged. 15-year-old Max Mahaffey lives with his grandmother in a mobile home park in Lincoln County.
The debris, clothes, everything. Metal, roofs.
You're listening to ABC News.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215215. That's SPARK to 215215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent anything.
Cutting the ribbon to cap off a 2-year construction project for a longtime Lincoln Community Center. Good morning. I'm Jeff Moe. It's in Lincoln, sunshine, and it's 60 degrees at KFOR. Wednesday afternoon's ribbon cutting held at the newly rebuilt Malone Community Center off of 22nd and U Street capped off a 2-year construction project and converting it over to a 3-story, 54,000 square foot facility. Charlene Maxey Harris is the chair of the Malone Center Board.
So when I think about it, John, it's hard to believe that it was only 2 years ago that we broke ground. So you see in the 1982 building, it took them 11 years to get to the point where they were able to raise $1.2 million to open that building. So we did $22 million.
The new Malone Center includes program spaces for education, STEM learning, leadership development, maternal wellness, and other health services. There's also a high school-sized gym for youth athletics and community events, even flexible classrooms and computer labs. You can see pictures and read more about the Malone Center up at KFORnow.com. A 65-year-old Eagle man is dead after he allegedly tried to run a 63-year-old woman off the road Wednesday afternoon south of Elmwood. The Cass County Sheriff's Office says they got a call about a domestic disturbance. The woman called and said that Kevin LePage was following her in a separate vehicle as she was leaving Elmwood heading south on Highway 1 toward Highway 34. Apparently, LePage was trying to run the woman off the road by ramming her vehicle, but he left the road, went into a field, and crashed into an outbuilding. LePage died at the scene. The woman was not hurt. Auto thefts in Lincoln are trending downward, down nearly 21% from January to April 2025 to the same time frame this year.
March 2026 saw just 31 auto thefts citywide. That is the lowest monthly total since August 2019.
Lincoln Police Public Information Manager Erica Thomas says it's not just limited to cars this year. That includes 38 non-traditional vehicles. 21 of those were e-bikes. Mostly sunny today and a high around 74. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Is your air conditioner ready for the hot weather ahead? Get it checked now before you really need it. Call Bryant now to schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. Stay cool and comfortable with air conditioning services from Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111 to schedule your AC check. Bryant, whatever it takes.
I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Hey, also, you know what else gets started today? Some district baseball kicking off today in all classes. Beautiful day for a beautiful week in the district baseball coming up. We'll talk a lot about that tomorrow with Liveman Mochi tomorrow.
You know, we have East is the host in that A2 bracket. Lincoln Southwest hosting that A3 bracket. So, Lincoln Schools follow. Those are the two teams that I'd be following. I think both teams that have state title potential. We know East is a powerhouse, and from a pitching depth point of view, depth all around. But the pitching depth is one of the reasons I think they're probably going to be the team that takes it all. But the thing about a tournament setting in baseball is you never know what happens till you get out there on the diamond.
You never know.
You never know. But I got those two teams circled, Southwest and Lincoln East. I know Omaha West Side is the overall number 1 seed. Though I may be biased, would love to see a Lincoln East v. Lincoln Southwest final.
That'd be
see
awesome.
What happens, or semifinal, whatever it may be.
Something to track and watch, and we'll continue to talk about it. But a beautiful day for baseball as the teams go in pursuit to make that next step to the state tournament. Last night, NBA. Oh, boy, Knicks get it done, 108-102 without 76ers, without Joel Embiid. He missed game 2. He's hurt. And it was hip, ankle. He's just in a really bad spot. It's one of those he gave everything he had and got dinged up in that Celtics series. But a valiant effort last night.
Well, and they already did what they had to do.
Check that box. Celtics out. Got over the hump.
You got that Game 7 win.
You see a lot
I know as a team you're going to sit back and say, you want to make as deep a run as you can. I wonder if they've already gotten as deep as they can. You got that Game 7 win for Embiid, and you kind of say, all right, let's not risk this guy's future because he's always injured. Let's not risk this bleeding over into next year.
You see a lot of that, right? You see a lot of that in sports where you get over the proverbial hump of something, and then it just not that they're there, but like, oh, we made it. We finally checked that box. But then the future gets so much better because you're there. It's, I don't know. You made you're on the golf course as an amateur and you make 2 pars in a row. And then you get all nervous because you can't handle the 6 less. All right, let's go 3. And then you make a triple. It's what it feels like in sports a lot with that. But they lose 108-102. This came down to cold shooting in the 4th. At the end of the day, if you look at the quarters, 33-31, 29-30, 28-28, 19-12. Cold shooting in the 4th for both teams. But the Knicks get it done 19-12 in the 4th. They win by 6. They take a 2-0 lead.
They did cover.
They covered. The Spurs must have took offense to game 1.
And I think this is a slightly different series. I also think this is a case of the Timberwolves accomplishing what they needed to accomplish in San Antonio by taking game 1 and saying we have claimed home court advantage here. It's whether they mean to or not, you take your foot off the gas pedal just a little bit after you get that game 1 victory. Okay, you've snatched home court advantage in this series. What it's going to be about is going back home to Minnesota and taking care of business there as opposed to going up 2-0 on the road.
Yep.
I almost see these series kind of similar, though in different ways. For me, I think Philly did what they wanted to do in round 1, and now you're going up in round 2 against a healthier, probably better constructed team. And New York Knicks, and you take your foot off the gas pedal because you have that emotional victory over the Celtics, kind of the boogeyman for you in a 7-game series. And then you look at this one, it's the T-Wolves are still very in the series, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a team that went and took game 1. San Antonio makes adjustments. You're playing in a tough road environment, and you've already snatched home court advantage where it's kind of easier to take your foot off the gas just a little bit and move on to game 3 whenever things aren't going your way.
Yeah, balanced attack last night from the Spurs. I believe seven guys in double figures. Wembanyama 19 and 15. On the other side, Anthony Edwards off the bench again, not as productive a night. 5 of 13, played 24 minutes, scored 12 points. They don't get it from where they got it in game 1 from Mike Conley. Mike Conley had a really nice game 1, only went 1 of 4, scores 3 points in the game. 2 of their starters did not get in out of double digits. Gobert 5 points, 10 rebounds, and Conley 3 points and 3 assists. They'll continue on in that one. Tonight, you get a couple, I believe, game 2s coming up. You've got Cavs trying to get even, maybe still one at the Palace there, Little Caesars Arena. Sorry, not the Palace. I still consider Detroit the Palace.
I think that building has since been is it torn down or is it still sitting vacant?
I think it might be. I don't know.
Because whenever they did the Malice at the Palace documentary on Netflix, they were in the process of taking it down.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes those projects don't go as quick as people. So I don't know if it's still standing or not, or if it's half standing or what the situation is there.
They'll try to get even tonight in that one. And then the nightcap, tall task again. Lakers at Oklahoma City, 15.5-point favorites. Thunder. Feels like after game 1 that you could probably lay a little bit of cash and say, hey, they're going to cover this by 20.
And the latest we heard, Luka met a little with the press yesterday and said, I don't know when I'll be back, which is never a good thing when you're making your way back from a hamstring injury, because as we talked about, I think it was either Monday or Tuesday, you got to start ramping your way back up. I think it was Tuesday we talked about it. Like your time frame here, it's probably a 7 to 10 day ramp up period from a hamstring injury. And whenever you do the math, that series might be over if you're not already ramping up.
That series will be over. Yeah. Let's be honest. That series will be over. And hockey last night, boy, a couple of good ones last night. I was texting with Dane Todd last night. I said, man, I don't know what it is about this, but I'm enjoying watching hockey these days. But I did not get the first one. Canadian Sabres get it done with just a couple of goals in periods 1 and 2 to go win 4-2.
And their crowd was electric last night.
There's something about like home hockey crowds when you're watching them. I was watching, what was I watching? Like the stuff they do with technology now in these arenas. If you watch the Carolina match the other night game, they're like the lights go up and down like the rows. And it's incredible. But they get it done. Sabres go up 1-0. In a game, I think it's closer than I think the score will give it. And you hear that a lot in sports. But the Ducks even it up at 3-1 final. 2 goals. A few misplayed pucks in that game last night cost the Golden Knights that one. As I watched that one, I watched the second and third period. I was mesmerized.
Quick thoughts. I think Anaheim and Vegas. This last night felt more in line with what I thought this series would be as opposed to game 1. Hopefully, I think that's a series that goes deep, 6 or 7.
Yep.
And then with the Buffalo series, I'm trying to think here. The last time they played in the second round, has it been
forever?
Yeah, ever. Has it been ever? I don't know. That has been a long tortured fan base. And Buffalo as a sports town has been long tortured.
Yes.
That if you're a neutral tuning in, go check out some of those games in Buffalo and how much it means to those fans. The emotions of all those fans, just how electric it is in that building whenever they get to watch their team play in a second round of the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's been fantastic. But there's so many good second round matchups here. I don't want to speak too prematurely with my Avs, but that might be the worst series of them all because the Avs are currently going BTA on Minnesota. Minnesota gets a long layoff, and I know they just played a 7-game series, so they have a chance to get some legs back under them as it goes back to Minnesota.
They don't play Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Which is so interesting because tonight you're going to get Hurricanes Flyers in game 3 on a Thursday.
Yep.
As the Flyers will try to get one game back there at home.
Carolina and Philly will be playing game 4 before the Avs and Wild play game 3.
I don't understand that.
Nor do I. you're asking the wrong guy. I don't know. But huge one for the Flyers tonight.
Oh yeah. Going down 3-0 in any series is not a good way to be.
But you get it back home. Carolina's the better team.
Yes.
But I could see Philly still showing some fight here as it comes back to Philly. We know how rambunctious Philly fans can be. Any sporting event in Philly is a tough road environment to step into.
And when you start playing desperate, because I think Philadelphia tonight will have to have that urgency tonight. Get in front of your home crowd, get the energy, play aggressive, play physical, but play like it's like you feel like game 3, dropping game 3. You got to play it like there's no tomorrow, because if you go down 3-0, there probably is no tomorrow in that series. So a lot to follow as we go there. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, you called him the former head dog. I think he's always a head dog. Maybe the head dog of the tea time sheet now, but that's what I'm talking about. But when we come back, retired president, outgoing president, former head dog, Charlie Meyer. Oh, Chuck. Oh, we can ask him about that too. Jeez. I had a lot of fun with our friend. I'm going to call him Chuck. I call him Chuck. He's known as Chuck in the group. I get the pleasure of every year going on this golf trip. I got invited into the group. Been doing, I think, be my 4th year doing it. Charlie's in that group. There's 24 guys. Is that right? 24, 16 or 24. It's a Ryder Cup golf trip.
Ooh.
That one of our buddies has bought an old bus, like a Greyhound bus, let's call it, right? That's got, everybody gets their own row. There's card tables in it, coolers, and we have a driver who drives the bus. Takes us on the golf trip.
You guys were down, was it Kansas last year?
Kansas last year. I think that's again this year. You used to be Prairie Club. We'd go out and play Gothenburg, play Wild Horse, then go out to the Prairie Club. Then we mix it up now. Now we'll go down to Manhattan and play. I think it's we played Colbert Hills last year. And then you'll move over to it's in Mayetta, Kansas, Firekeeper Casino and Resort.
Mm-hmm. What weekend is this?
Let me look.
For our summer scheduling purposes?
Yeah. Oh no, this is September.
September, okay.
September. I'm good for the summer.
I was just making sure.
You're the one we got to monitor.
Yeah, I'm the one.
We got to monitor you coming up. They're going to give you a lot of crap like they used to give me.
Can we get Charlie in line here?
All right. Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Let's bring him on. I don't know, Chuck, we've been trying to figure out how to bring you on. It's like we've heard former top dog. We've heard legendary Salt Dogs front office guy. What's the title these days, Chuck?
Retired.
I do know that. I do know. I was going to ask you what the next stage is, but I do know that I was. My kid asked me to. Guy asked me to get him a tea time today, and I'm scrolling the tea sheet, and I'm like, oh, look what he's doing today at 2:30.
Yes, I am. I'm actually playing some golf this afternoon. So yeah, no, it's that's one of the things that's high on the agenda in these times right now.
Well, being retired is a full-time job. A lot of people don't know that. There is, so much still to do in retirement. I'm excited for you because, as somebody who's been around the Salt Dogs for a long time now, doing some of the radio production side of things, I know how hard you have worked for years and years and years now, and I'm not expecting you to be a guy that just kicks his feet up. You're going to keep that hard work rolling no matter what it is.
That's true. And again, I'm not sure what this all is going to look like. I'm just at the point in my life that it was time, and I'm going to enjoy my family, my grandkids, and do some traveling and do some, and hopefully fine tune my golf game.
Awesome. Well, we got Charlie Meyer hanging out with us on the Morning Hookup. Well, Charlie, let's go back, man. 27 years you spent with the family, the organization, the Salt Dogs, that whole group. Go back, talk about the Salt Dogs themselves, your purpose, your mission, and what it meant to be a part of such a great organization as the Salt Dogs. Because I don't, in your world, when you talk about this type of baseball and program, success isn't always there for teams, but the Salt Dogs have done it for many, many years, and it will continue for many, many going forward.
Yeah, it all hinges on Jim Abel had a vision to bring professional baseball back to Lincoln in the late 90s, 98 to be exact. And I was either in the right meeting at the right time or the wrong meeting at the wrong time with Jim. And he wanted to bring professional baseball back, and I got the opportunity to take it and run with it. And the creation of Haymarket Park happened, and obviously we started out in the Northern League with independent baseball with Miles Wolf, and the whole independent side of it was something new for people that really didn't understand what independent professional baseball was all about. But it really was an opportunity for players that had been at the affiliated level or weren't drafted, and gave them an opportunity to show their skills, and then hopefully they get an opportunity to get back to affiliated baseball. And the stars all aligned with the University of Nebraska. They were playing at Buck Belzer Field. They were looking to build a new facility, and Jim wanted to bring professional baseball back to Lincoln. And so the partnership began with the University of Nebraska and NEBCO. And that was the starting point for the Lincoln Salt Dogs. And it's really kind of unbelievable. It's 27 years ago or 26 years ago that when all this was created. But it's been a great run, and I can only thank Jim Abel and the Abel family, because they're really the foundation that made this all happen for Lincoln and for myself, and it's been a great run.
It's Charlie Meyer with us here on the Morning Hookup, talking some Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball. As after a long career, he's hanging them up, riding off into retirement. And Charlie, I want to just take you back with some of those early years. There was the Cash Beecham years. You had the Tim Johnson years, I should say, as well. And then you kind of flip gears, get Marty Scott in as manager, take that league championship. Take me through some of those early years and just the fundamental nature of getting Lincoln Salt Dogs baseball ingrained within the culture of Lincoln as being not only just a winner, but a great place to take the family out and go catch a ball game.
Yeah, it all started. I brought Tim Utrip. He was up with the Sioux City franchise, and brought him in as the GM, and had him. Basically, we worked hand in hand as far as creating the Lincoln Salt Dogs and getting it off the ground. And you brought up some great names. We had Cash Beecham, we had Tim Johnson. The years with players like Brian Warner and Josh Patton, and those teams in the early 2004, 5, and 6 were probably some of the best teams in the league, and we just fell short winning a championship. And then Marty Scott came into the organization in the late 2000 or 2009. 2008 he came in. In 2009 we ended up winning the championship, which we probably didn't have the the greatest team at that time, but we really played well at the end of the season. And, that it's very, very difficult. I mean, being in it for 26 years, 27 years, and to only win one championship, it's a hard thing to do. You're playing 100 games in 116 days, your travel and your injuries, and guys are getting picked up, and there's a lot of moving pieces to it. But it really, when I look back on it, I mean, it's really back to Jim Abel and the Abel family. But I had great staff people that were a part of that whole process. I mean, it takes a team effort to make this all work. It's been a great run. Haymarket Park, I think, is one of the gems of minor league baseball, in the country. The partnership with the University of Nebraska is unique, and has worked really well. And then, having the best playing surface each and every year in the league. We didn't have the one season with COVID that we had to shut down operations. But other than that, I've had a great staff, a lot of great people, whether it's on the concession side, the parking guys, and the event management side of it. I mean, it takes a lot of people to make this thing happen. And, our partnership with KFOR from day one, all those pieces have to kind of fall into place. And, we really lived on three pillars through the whole 26 years that we've been doing this. It's family, it's fun, it's affordable. And that's really, the baseball game is one piece of it. And the wins and losses, you want to always have a winner, but it's a hard thing to do in baseball. Another manager we had here that was a great manager, and was Brett Jody.
Mm-hmm.
Again, couldn't get it to the finish line either. But it's just it's a hard process when you got 12 teams that are contending for a championship each and every year, and when you look at it over time, it's always been somebody different. It's not been somebody where they've just dominated this league. It's been shared between all the teams in the league for the championship.
Hey, Charlie, that whole thing about family and community, talk about some of those programs, because when I, getting to know you and calling you a friend and watching you guys and the community interact with the Salt Dogs, I think is a special thing, especially when you get to go to the ballpark and watch the kids out there. And I think they're the Watchdogs, right? That's the Watchdog program. Talk about some of those efforts like that you're particularly proud of when you were around it that are still going on.
Well, and that gets back to the family thing, Bill. Yeah. I look at, the Lincoln Chiefs were the Little League program that was here when we started back in 2001, and we partnered with them to change the name of the Little Chiefs to the Junior Salt Dogs. And that was basically touching, because baseball really wasn't a predominant sport. There was a few select teams at the time when we started, but when you look at the growth of baseball and in the community, it all starts with those types of programs. One that holds probably tugs at my heart each and every year is we've always partnered with the Homer's Heroes kids. We have a game with them every summer. It's basically kind of called their all-star game, where the Salt Dog players play with all the kids, and then they come out and the daily game day thing that we do is with the Watchdogs. The kids get to run out for the starting lineups, get a baseball signed, and stand out for the national anthem. It's just trying to intertwine these kids to understand the baseball side of it and get them involved. And, it's not only the baseball teams. We had softball teams with the girls and that type of thing, but getting those kids, those programs are, in my opinion, legendary on what's made Salt Dog baseball what it is. I would stand at the gates when people would leave the game and say, "Hey, thanks for coming out to the game. What was the score of the game?" A lot of people didn't even know what the score of the game was. They were just there for the atmosphere. The kids run the bases after every game. It's really all about the kids. And, that was one of the things that spurred Jim Abel's idea of bringing baseball back. He remembered when he was a kid and following the Lincoln Chiefs down at Sherman Field, and he actually won a bicycle as attending a game, and so that was something that was etched in his memory bank forever. And so that was one of the things that he wanted to bring baseball back, and obviously all the different giveaways we do each and every season tie into the baseball, whether it's a baseball giveaway, jersey giveaway, all kinds of unique different things to make it family fun and affordable. That's really what the whole thrust of how this has worked. And I've been truly blessed that the community support, the fan support, and again, the staff. I mean, I've been very, very blessed with all the staff people that I've had over the years that have helped run this organization, because it's not about me. It's about the organization itself and all the people that make it happen.
Well, let it be known, I still remember my time as a watchdog when I got to run out to second base for the national anthem. Still a memory that stands out. I mean, such a cool program that is. And to be up close and personal with some of those players that you look up to, the professional ball players. With that in mind, I want to get your thoughts. Are there any players or any signing sagas that stand out in your memory as you look back at your career? I mean, who could forget Curt Smith, one of my favorites, but I want to get your thoughts on if there were any favorite players. It's hard to pick a favorite, I'm sure, but any guys that you loved working with, or any stories of making a signing that ended up working out that you could share with us?
Sure. I mean, Brian Warner was really one of the first ones we signed when we created the franchise back in 2001. And obviously he played for us for 6-7 years. I mean, that's unheard of, that you have a player on the independent level anyway that stays with an organization. And now he's a captain at the University of Nebraska at the police. Here he's living in Lincoln. His kids, he's grown his family up here. And that, he's a great one. But you've already mentioned Curt Smith. That's probably the one that's another one he's legendary. I mean, he came to play with us, got picked up, got let go, come back, and get back and forth. He played in the World Baseball Classic. I mean, he's probably one of the most likable players in the world, and he could play. I mean, he was a worldwide player. And there's all kinds of players. I mean, it's been interesting over the last week, just hearing from a lot of the players saying that they had a great time while they were playing in Lincoln, and they would congratulate me on my retirement and that type of thing. And but it was great to hear from a lot of those players. There's really not one single favorite one, but obviously we signed Jake Diekman last year. He wanted an opportunity to pitch in Haymarket Park. He never got the opportunity to do that, being from Nebraska and that type of thing. And so had him on the roster. And I mean, the relationships and the camaraderie in baseball is second to none. I mean, that world is huge. Whether, going to baseball winter meetings and staying in the elevator with Tommy Lasorda or there's all those kinds of things that, went down. I remember when we were getting ready to build the ballpark here in Lincoln and went down to Round Rock, Texas, and Nolan Ryan and Reed Ryan were there to help us lead kind of a direction on what our ballpark should look like and that type of thing. But again, all those kind of people, they're second to none. That when you talk to them, everybody's just so nice, and it was great. It was a great opportunity for me to learn and grow in this. But again, the managers, the players, the coaches, they've all been good ones. Ken Overfeld, he would sit there and tell us his stories about when he played with the Cardinals and talked about the '85 World Series with the Royals, and so I mean, those are just. Those are memories that are and great experiences you can't repeat. You just can't do it. But again, it's been a great run for myself, for Lincoln, Nebraska. And I think, like I said, Haymarket Park is one of the gems, and people talk about it all over the country in baseball about Haymarket Park.
Well, I can't get out of here because I know the fact that your baseball mind will still continue and you'll still be watching the Dogs. Manager this year coming back to us from the 2021 being the hitting coach. Give us a little insight on Mr. Frisbee and what he's going to bring to the table.
Yeah, Frisbee had him signed in and locked in, and then COVID hit, and then he basically was with us throughout the COVID years and had COVID year, and then we ended up putting together the team, and all of a sudden he got a call April of 2021, and he had an opportunity to go be a bench coach with the Detroit Tigers, which, I mean, that's what the coaches are. The coaches and managers in our league they're looking to do the same thing that the players are doing. They're trying to move up if they can, but some of them, they're sitting here. But he's a classic example. He had that opportunity, and he felt absolutely horrible that he goes, I got to take this. And I go, Frizz, yes, you need to take this. This is your opportunity, man. And he left, and we ended up. Fortunately, we lucked out and found Brett Jody got him to come to Lincoln in 21 and was here through last season. But Frisbee is a real go-getter. He was with the Nationals here recently, and but they're all coaching changes and that type of thing afforded the opportunity here when Brett decided to go back to Southern Maryland in the Atlantic League. Frisbee was the logical choice and really the only choice. I mean, he reached out to us, we talked to him, and I think that'll be a good situation for him here in Lincoln. He's been in the league, he understands the league, he's managed in this league, so and obviously I remember when he was managing this league and coming to Lincoln, and I'd go down and talk to him before the series and that type of thing, and they were always just in awe of Haymarket Park. I mean, when teams come in here, not only the players, but the managers and, the hotel accommodations downtown, the Haymarket area. I mean, everybody loves to come to Lincoln to play baseball. And, hopefully we can take advantage of that and beat these guys when they come into town. But that's not, baseball is, if you can play 500 ball, you're going to be in the hunt sometime. And so, but Frisbee will be a good one here. I'm excited for him. it was one of those things with my upcoming retirement and that type of thing. He was fully aware that was what was coming into play, but he wanted to be here, and I think he'll be a good fit for the organization.
It's Charlie Meyer with us here on the Morning Hookup, talking his career with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. And Charlie, before we get you out, I do want you to kind of, put your career in a wrap, and I want to get your thoughts on what you want your legacy to be with the Lincoln Salt Dogs. As you step away now, as you look back at your career, what mark do you hope that you left, not only in the city of Lincoln, but on the Lincoln Salt Dogs franchise as well?
Wow. Well, I guess the way I look at this is I had an opportunity to be a part of something that was really something special. We built something that's going to last. It's the fabric of Lincoln, the fun family atmosphere for the community to come enjoy throughout the summer. I think those are things that, it's the small things that I enjoyed, watching those kids run out to with the starting lineups, or watching the kids participate in the between inning promotions and that type of thing. I hope people, when they think about Salt Dog baseball and that type of thing, they think about it being a family fun opportunity for them to come. And that's really kind of what I had the opportunity to build here with the Abel family. I mean, Jim, I'm indebted to him, forever. I mean, he had this vision. I got the lucky part to execute the vision for him. And, I think people thought when this all came together back in the early 2000s, will the Salt Dogs be around in 4 or 5 years? And here we are, 27 years later, strong and running forward. And I think there's, like I said, we're blessed to be in a great community like Lincoln, Nebraska. We've got a great fan base. We've got great corporate support. I had one thing I didn't even talk about was just all the various radio personalities we've had with that have been on the broadcast covering Salt Dogs baseball for the last 26 years. Started out with Bill Dolman and John Baylor, were icons in the radio world, and we've had great great guys that have come on, Michael Dixon and that now is with the Dallas Stars. I mean, there's that they grow and go into different professions as well. And so, that's a tough question to try to answer for you, Elijah, but I'm just forever thankful for the fans, forever thankful for the community of Lincoln for embracing it and letting me be a small part of it.
Well, Charlie, I'm going to get you out of here with this. I know it's only 10:40 in the morning, but I got to ask the question that you've asked so many times. What's the best thing that's happened to you today?
Well, the best thing that happened to me today is I got, I got up this morning and the sun was shining and I was, got to make some breakfast here for my wife and myself. And I'm enjoying life. I mean, that's really what it's all about. It's kind of it's very surreal right now, and it's too early to kind of know how this is all going to unfold. But, that's one of the things that I always try to ask people, what is the best thing to have you, and ask my grandkids and that type of thing to kind of reflect. I mean, you can have the most horrible day in the world going on, but to just step back and think about it, there's a lot of good things happening around you. You just gotta notice them.
Yep. Well, Charlie, man, we appreciate your time. Wishing you well in the retirement. And you know what? When I see you, don't hit them too well, but hit them well today and take, I don't know, I forgot who you're with, but if it starts with a T and a B, take all the money.
Okay. Unfortunately or unfortunately, I'm not with TB today, but I'm with DK, so you'll know who that is.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
but
take that.
It'll be a fun group. So
right,
I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I'll look forward to seeing you guys and our paths will cross. So,
oh, yeah.
And keep doing the great work you guys do. It was great listening to Fred Hoiberg, your coach, yesterday on the show. You guys are doing a great job. So keep it up.
Awesome. Thanks, Charlie. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. Take care.
Former top dog, Charlie Meyer right there. Great stuff from him. The question, by the way, that I asked at the end, it's at the end of every one of Charlie's emails forever.
Mm-hmm.
It is, what is the best thing to happen to you today? And it's such one that it's one of those questions that you never really think about. I saw it at every one of his emails because we have partnered with Charlie for a long time. And I've gotten to know Charlie and call him a friend, but that is questions at the bottom of every one of his emails. For the longest time, it was somehow tagged into his text messages.
Oh, you can do the signatures on there.
Yeah, he had that signature. So just a great question. I wanted to ask him because I don't know if it's been asked to him over all the years. So, but that was Charlie Meyer right there with the Salt Dog. Let's take a break. We'll come back with stories that we missed. Flood X10. Yep, my kid starts his first season, junior Salt Dogs. Oh, wow. Thanks, Chuck, for bringing baseball to Lincoln. Mm-hmm. Both my kids played in it before they went into select ball.
I played, well, we talked about whenever I got to go run on the field. I was playing junior Salt Dogs baseball, and now I've been around the Salt Dogs for so long with the radio broadcast now. It's
cool moments. Also, my middle kid, Ty, bat boy for 3 seasons with the Salt Dogs, and he had a great time.
Yeah, one of my buddies from elementary school was the bat boy the season that they won the championship. So he actually got to miss some school early in the year because he was traveling and he was the bat boy on the road for the championship game.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ty has fond memories of being a bat boy and the guys treating him like the guys.
Mm-hmm.
The bat boys got treated, so many great programs that they do out there. That is not that it's just that type of baseball that is it's successful is not guaranteed in that world. We've seen teams come and go in that league for forever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the number of teams who was it 2 or 3 whatever years ago they only played away games?
The Houston Apollos
only played away games. Imagine
100
that.
Games. Well, it ended up being 99 games on the road.
And that lasted a couple years.
It lasted 1 season because they learned they weren't actually going to get a stadium after all, so they folded the.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about right there. Like
those poor guys.
We will, by the way, have coming up. I think we'll get the date out to you, but Coach Frisbee will be joining the Morning Hookup every Thursday around that top of the 10 o'clock hour, 10:06 time frame for us. Get your Salt Dogs insights.
I hope people around Lincoln understand the level of play that the Salt Dogs actually bring you.
Just take the time, to go look at the roster. and learn about who they are, because these are it goes to show you how hard it is to make a professional team.
Yes.
Because you look at some of the guys, you go, why are they not?
These guys were standouts at Power 4 level baseball
Yes.
programs. They played in regionals.
Yes.
They played in super regionals. They got guys that were playing AA baseball, AAA baseball. You'll occasionally get the guy that had some time at the MLB level.
Yes.
You get guys out of the American Association every single year that get signed to a AAA ball club and are trying to play their way into MLB by the end of the season.
Yes. And it's such a unique program, called a program, the fact that they want to win championships, right? You want to be successful, but you're also really working hard to get those guys to where they want to go. How many times during the season have the Salt Dogs been rolling and all of a sudden so-and-so just got signed by this team? A pitcher got signed and you lost them, right? Right in the thick of things, but that's their, trying to get them to their level. It popped up to me because I used to, in a former restaurant life, they used to come in all the time. Dustin DeLucci, left-handed hitter, awesome dude. We want to play some big league ball too.
We're coming back here, right?
All right. Welcome back in the Morning Hookup. Boy, special thanks there to legendary front office from the Salt Dog, Charlie Mott. What a great individual. First of all. Great individual. I get a chance to hang out with him. We called him in our that circle Chuck. A lot of the same friends and same guys. It's an example of one just being a great person, no matter what, and surrounding yourself with great people. And that's what it's all about. What this life is about. It's about others, but just being who you are, no matter what, and knowing that it's okay to be that person, and then attract those type of people around you as well.
Now, I don't know. I doubt he would ever dive into it. There are some significant challenges being the general manager of an independent baseball team. It is very, very difficult whenever you're competing for talent with affiliated baseball clubs. Whenever you have guys on the program, and it's well accepted. Like,
there's unique deals.
Part of the path of being an indie ball player is knowing that affiliated baseball is still the dream for all these guys.
Yeah.
They still want to be playing AA, AAA. They still have MLB dreams. And that's a tough thing to balance as a GM. The fact that, the guys want to be here, but also they're on the team. And one of the reasons you bring them on the team is to set them up for success to go play again with affiliated baseball. And that's such a fine line to walk, where you want your team to be the best it can be, while also knowing if your team is the best it can be, you're going to be sending guys off to the major league level, the high AAA, AA, whatever level it is. That's a fine line to walk, knowing not that you're trying to avoid success. You want your guys to go off and play, but there are so many challenges that come in there. And then not to mention, there are limitations with your roster, which kind of in effect acts as a salary cap, because there's a certain number of guys that have to be fresh out of college, and then certain number of years of service. Like, there's so many challenges to walk being the GM, and he'll never dive into all those things.
No, there's unique deals they have to make. I remember one where, I mean, it's still a business. That's the hard thing to remember as you're talking about community and fans and family and business. Like, I don't know if the challenges, right? But remember one of those deals where one night they were playing for who they were playing. Salt Dogs catcher gets hurt. They need a catcher. They literally trade for a catcher from that team they were playing that had to change and come across the way.
Yep.
That's the business. But again, thanks, Charlie, for hanging out with us.
One of the hardest working guys. Yep. I mean, the years of service he put in, he has well earned his retirement.
Look, man, my boys got to know him as well, and we'd go to the ballpark, and we go quite a bit in the summer. They were like, "Hey, where's Charlie?" I'd send Charlie a message, and he'd just come popping over, right? And we failed to forget also that the community part, the LFR, and the police department, the softball game they allow to happen. There's all just amazing stuff. So, all right, you ready to do some stories that we missed?
May as well.
We're here.
The stories we missed. The Morning Hookup.
I don't know if it's a story, but apparently it sounds like Aaron Rodgers likely to re-sign with the Steelers. And then again, he schedules a weekend visit. What are we doing?
What are you, a high school senior?
There's no portal here, my man. He's scheduling a visit to go see him.
You played for him last year.
You played the year under. Like, yeah.
Pick up the phone.
I read the headline. I'm like, wait a minute. What is happening?
Official visit. He's going to be posing with Lamborghinis and Mercedes.
This is the headline. It says, report, CBS Sports. Rodgers expected to re-sign with Steelers. Pittsburgh visit on tap. Sorry. I can't help it.
What is this, recruiting?
Oh, he's holding that team hostage. Look at her. What do you want for lunch?
Yeah. Buddy, you're 40. You're a professional.
Visit on tap.
Set up a Zoom.
Oh, God. Just send the contract over. If that's the case.
What are we doing here? They're paying you.
All right, visit on tap.
So far this season, I can mention this because YZ is not here. I know we've kind of briefly hit on this, but if you were to extrapolate it out across a full season, Aaron Judge, currently on pace for 66 home runs this season.
Oh, hello.
A 1.074 OPS and 10.1 wins above replacement.
What?
And this feels ho-hum, right?
Like it's normal.
I know he's leading the league in all the batting categories, but it's not like a surprise. It feels ho-hum. And yeah, he is on pace for statistically a dominant season. He had another home run last night, by the way.
Another one. Hey, golf is back. Masters champion Roy McIlroy returns this week to the Truist Championship Open coming up. And why is that significant? One, he's back. He's been after left. They're gearing up for the PGA Championship coming up. But Quail Hollow is one of the toughest golf courses on the PGA Tour. It's so unique. Again, I've blessed enough. It's in my hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina. I've played it a couple of times. This is where they ramp up their play, but it is a very unique challenge. It is a star-studded field as well when you look at this. But he's back. Roy McIlroy goes off at 103.
You actually have two different championships going down this weekend. Well, you have a championship and then a signature event. You have the Truist, which guys are playing for $20 million, so you can expect what guys do. And then Myrtle Beach as well as this weekend, which is for a $4 million purse. That's where Brooks Koepka is playing this weekend.
So these are the ones that essentially
Kuchar's playing this weekend.
So big one for Brooks. So if you're looking at Brooks Koepka, he's been on the alternate list for signature events, the first couple of them, and has had to go there and sit there on a Thursday and not get in.
Mm-hmm.
Playing well, he needs points.
Yeah.
He needs points. He needs points. He needs points. That's why he is out there playing, because hopefully that he gets that chance. Because if we talked about this, so now does Brooks not need the money? I probably, or whatever, don't know the situation, but we talked about being on a signature event versus not. Fitzpatrick's brother, I've drawn a blank on his name. Matt and Alex.
Oh, yeah.
Alex goes out. He was supposed to be at the Turkish Open. The Turkish Open was the on the DP World Tour. If he'd have won that, he'd have won $470,000 if he'd have won it. He finished 9th at the last signature event and won $505,000. Game-changing money for these players on that list. Stuff.
PGA Championship, is that next week?
Are we 2 weeks away? It might be.
Let me check.
It might be a 2-week ramp up.
May 14th through 17th.
Yeah, so next
weekend.
Next week. So this is the ramp up. They go out and play a challenging golf course and get it ready to go. I don't know if everybody's playing in it, but
that's a PGA Championship.
That is the number 4. I'd rank that tournament 5
behind the players.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
It is the most ho-hum. Now, there is some significance. I believe if there's 2 opportunities, I believe Jordan Spieth will be highlighted in that tournament, because if Jordan Spieth were to win it, he would become another one to complete the golf Grand Slam. He's missing that one. And then coming up in June, Scotty Scheffler for the U.S. Open.
Yeah, hey, we're still a month away from the next golf tournament where I will be watching all weekend. That's the U.S. Open, which is at Shinnecock Hills.
Yeah, say that again.
I know they've kind of been ramping up. And
Coach Hoiberg, by the way, low-key talked about Hazeltine yesterday. Go look at the history of Hazeltine Golf Course and the championships they've hosted. He's slow played it just a little bit. Hazeltine rolled off his.
Oh.
He talked about Hazeltine like we're going to go to play
the Highlands. Pioneers.
Yeah. Look at the championships, Hazeltine is. Yeah, you're getting a history now, aren't you?
Yeah. The mission of the founders in a golf course suitable for the conduct of national championships.
Boom.
That's a bar to drop. That's your first line in the history of your golf course.
They've hosted quite a bit.
Oh, what a beautiful clubhouse.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, boy, tomorrow we got the Mozi coming on. We're going to talk some baseball tomorrow. A lot of baseball.
This week, maybe this is just being like the guy who works in radio who doesn't actually have to do hard work. But this week has flown by.
It's been amazing.
Yeah. It's like, you blink and it's Thursday.
Do you feel like I have those weeks where it's like, it's one or the other? It's fast week, slow weekend, or slow week, fast weekend?
It's all fast.
My wife it just feels like it's always fast.
Well, once umpiring season rolls around, every single weekend you blink and it's over because you spend your Saturday afternoon out in the diamond, and you get done with work on a Friday, you blink and it's already Sunday afternoon, and you're, oh wait, I got to go back to work tomorrow.
I know. We spend our days talking about the future of the week, and it's all based on what baseball. We got a game tonight, 5:30, baby. Pitching coach, I did something I never have had the chance to do before. I get to name the starting pitchers. I named my kid the starting pitcher tonight. It's hard to do, man. A little stress.
You got to have a short leash.
We'll talk a ton of baseball tomorrow. Nebraska back at it at Haymarket Park. The Moats and a whole lot more. You guys have a great Thursday. Catch you on a Friday.